I the a-hole for telling my wife I don't want her sister at our house all the time? My wife and I have been married for 12 years and have 3 kids. About 8 months ago, my wife's sister Ann went through a pretty traumatic time. She found out she was pregnant with her long-time boyfriend of 6 years. It wasn't planned, but that didn't lessen the heartbreak when she lost the pregnancy at 10 weeks. To make things even worse, her boyfriend left her 2 months later. Ann lives about 15 minutes from us, so obviously we were there to support her with anything she needed. Neither my wife nor Ann are close to their parents at all, so we are pretty much the only family Ann has. Ann was understandably heartbroken by what happened and was struggling pretty hard. My wife was very diligent about making sure Ann didn't do anything stupid when her mental health was struggling, so she pretty much included her in everything we did so she could keep an eye on her. This included turning an extra room in our house into a bedroom for Ann. The room had previously been a gaming room. For the past 6 months, Ann has been staying at our house 5 nights a week. She still has her own apartment, but she spends the vast majority of her time at our house and is included in pretty much all of our family plans. At first, I was understanding and knew my wife wanted to keep a close eye on Ann because she was struggling so bad. But having another adult in our house pretty much all the time has been wearing on me. Ann doesn't do much of anything to help around the house, and anytime there is a mention of chores or cleaning, she will scoot off back to her apartment with some excuse. Whenever I bring this up to my wife, she will make excuses for Ann and say that she is a guest, so we can't expect her to help around the house. Ann is also now very different around our kids. She used to be a very involved and fun aunt and would babysit for us so we could have date nights. But now, she refuses to be left alone with the kids for even short periods of time because she says it is bad for her mental health after what happened. The other day I asked my wife if she can ask Ann to watch the kids on Valentine's Day so we can go out together, and she refused and said, I should know we can't ask that of her. It started a fight between us about Ann, and I expressed a lot of frustration with how Ann is always at our house, and I don't like it. I made the mistake of saying it's been 6 months. How much longer are we going to do this? That pissed off my wife, and she called me a heartless a-hole. Before anyone asks, yes, Ann is in therapy, and from what I can tell, she is doing much better emotionally and mentally. I've never said anything about this to her, but her boyfriend breaking up with her was a blessing. The guy was a loser, and I don't think he would have been a good father. I understand my wife feels responsible for Ann, but I also feel like she has a responsibility to keep me happy too. Am I the a-hole?